All right, let's talk about something that trips up so many English learners, the present perfect tenses. Choosing between the simple and the continuous can feel like this impossible puzzle, right? But here's a thought. What if they aren't a problem at all? What if they're actually two super useful, distinct tools in your grammar toolbox? Well, today we're going to open that box, take them out, and figure out how to use them like a pro.
So take a look at these two sentences. On the surface, they're pretty much the same, right? But they paint two completely different pictures. One tells a story of a finished job, a beautiful, freshly painted room. The other? Well, that one makes you think of someone in paint-splattered overalls, maybe wiping sweat from their brow. One's about the results, the other is all about the effort. Stick with me, and by the end of this, you'll know exactly which is which, and more importantly, why it makes such a big difference.
Okay, let's grab that first tool out of our toolbox. This is the present perfect simple, and its whole deal. It's all about focusing on the result. So how do you put this thing together? Super simple. It's just have or has plus the past participle. Like I have eaten or she has finished. That's it. Easy peasy. Now, the cool thing about this tense is how versatile it is. It's got a few main jobs. First, you use it for completed actions that have some kind of result right now. Second, it's perfect for talking about life experiences, the stuff you've done in your life without getting specific about when. And third, you use it for states that started way back when but are still true today, like, I've known him for years. Let's see this in action. He's lost his keys. The act of losing them, that's done. It's in the past. But we're not focused on that. The real story, the results, is what's happening now. He's stuck outside his door. See? A past action creates a very present problem. And what about this one? Life experience. When we say she has been to Japan twice, are we asking when she went? Last year? 10 years ago? Nah, doesn't matter. The point is that this experience is part of her life story. It's a tick on her list. And for that, the present perfect simple is absolutely the perfect tool for the job. Okay, time to grab our second tool. Let's talk about the present perfect continuous. Now, if the simple tense was all about the destination, the finished result, then this one is all about the journey. It's focused entirely on the action itself. Building this one is a little different too. You need have or has plus been plus that all-important ing verb. That ing at the end, that's your big flashing sign that we're talking about a process, something that's been happening over time. So when do you pull this tool out? Well, a few times. For actions that started in the past and are still going on, or for actions that just finished and you can totally see the evidence left behind. But its real superpower? Emphasizing duration. When you really want to stress how long something has been happening, this is your go-to. I mean, you can almost feel the frustration in this sentence, can't you? We have been waiting for the bus for 20 minutes. The focus isn't that the bus showed up, because it hasn't. The whole point of the sentence is to talk about the long, boring process of waiting, which is definitely still happening. And here's another perfect example. The kitchen is a mess because I have been baking. Okay, maybe the oven is off now, but look around. There's flour everywhere, bowls in the sink. We're surrounded by the evidence. The sentence isn't about a finished cake. It's about the activity of baking that caused this present mess. All right, time for the main event. We've looked at both tools on their own. Now let's put them head to head. This is where it all becomes crystal clear. Think of this next part as the ultimate user manual for choosing the right one. Let's walk through this. First up, the big one, focus. Are you talking about the result? Go simple. Are you talking about the activity itself? Go continuous. Next, and this is a biggie, quantity. If you want to say how much or how many you've done, you have to use the simple. The continuous just can't do that. And finally, duration. Both can use for and since, but the simple uses them for states, like knowing someone, while the continuous uses them for actions, like waiting. This slide makes that quantity versus duration thing so obvious. On one side, I've read 3 books this week. We're counting the results. 1, 2, 3, done. On the other side, I've been reading for hours. We're not counting books. We're talking about the time we spent with our nose in a book. See? 2 totally different stories just by switching the tool. So just remember this one simple rule. If you can put a number on it, how many, it's got to be the present perfect simple. Okay, but language, there's always a little fine print, right? Here's an important one. For some long-term verbs like live, work, or study, the difference basically disappears. You can say, I have lived here for 5 years, or I have been living here for 5 years, and honestly, no one's going to notice a difference. They mean pretty much the same thing. So it's good to know where the rules can bend a little.
Okay, we've covered a lot of ground. We've taken these tools apart. Now let's put it all together into one simple go-to guide. This is the main thing you need to walk away with.
And really, it all boils down to this. The next time you're stuck, just ask yourself one question. What am I trying to emphasize? If you want to highlight the result or the fact that something is complete, you need the simple tense. But if you want to highlight the duration, how long it took, or the activity itself, then you've got to grab the continuous tense. That's it. Results or duration. That's the core choice every single time. So let's go all the way back to the beginning. I've painted the room versus I've been painting the room. Now you know the difference, right? One is about the beautiful, finished wall. The other is about the sweat, the effort, the hours you put in. You see, this was never just about getting the grammar right. It's about being a more precise, more effective storyteller. So, the real question is, now that you have the right tools for the job, what news stories are you going to tell?